we're talking about it coast to coast. So many millions of Americans, upwards of 40 million Americans relying on SNAP, including 1.5 million Americans in Los Angeles County alone. This a post on social media from the Los Angeles Regional Food Bank saying, unfortunately, the federal government shutdown means CalFresh SNAP benefits will not be distributed on time for November. The LA Food Bank is doing all we can to meet the need. We need your help. Please make an urgent gift today to help families who may lose access to food assistance. Let's be joined right now, President and CEO, friend of the program of the LA Regional Food Bank, Michael Flood. Thank you so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. And obviously this disruption impacting so many families in Los Angeles. What are you doing exactly? You had a big fundraiser yesterday at the Forum. Tell me kind of how you're helping people in need right now.
Well, Andy, thanks for the invitation to be back on. Good to talk to you again. And yeah, so we did a large, what we call drive-through distribution at the Forum in Inglewood, which is a really great venue because it has so much parking, right? And we saw thousands of cars stream through yesterday in providing just essential food items, meat, produce, shelf-stable food items, bread, yogurt, other items. And yes, you're hearing, as you reported, this is happening throughout the country as food banks are trying to step up and do what we can given this, at this point, interruption in benefits. It really sounds like the benefits will be flowing at some point. I think we'll learn a lot more about that this week, as was just reported from the White House in DC. And but for right now, it is a big issue. There's a lot of people impacted. 2/3 of these people receiving these benefits are, children, seniors. We have a lot of veterans, a lot of people living with disabilities, very vulnerable population who, these benefits are very important to. So yeah, we're doing, and our agency network, food pantries are stepping up, and we're doing what we can.
Yeah, it's hard to discern exactly what's going to happen because we heard earlier in the week that even if they were put back in place by November 1, it would take some time for the EBT cards to get back in place. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says Wednesday potentially there as well. How much is the LA Regional Food Bank relying on those federal funds? And have there been talks with state officials potentially, as other states have done, to kind of fund you for the time being to have a stopgap measure?
Right. So these benefits, the SNAP benefits, go to recipients, right, to the families, to the individual seniors who rely on it, so they don't flow to food banks. And then those people, of course, purchase then in grocery stores. So this is also a big economic impact too, with retailers, grocers, and the like, because especially in certain communities, what I've read about in rural communities, this is part of what helps those grocery stores and food stores kind of keep going and serve people in their local community. So we have seen the state step up with funding. We've also seen the County of Los Angeles step up with funding. Basically, we rely mostly on donated food, kind of day to day, week to week. But during times of disaster, we increase the food supply with purchases. So that's what's happening right now. We're putting in millions of dollars worth of purchases with this funding we received, with also private support that we received to increase the food supply for people here throughout Los Angeles County.
Yeah, that is a very good explainer because it's kind of fascinating to try to understand it at its core. In terms of that, what did you hear? What was the sentiment? Because people might not know where their next meal is coming from. At the Forum yesterday, what was the sentiment for people that were there to get this food? Was there any overlying kind of sentiment?
Yeah, confusion, just like not really understanding, even though, again, notices have gone out letting people know these benefits are interrupted or suspended. There's kind of no well, when? when are they going to be provided? And to your point, yeah, we don't really know at this point. And appreciation. We had a lot of volunteers step up. One of the big local churches in Inglewood had many of their volunteers there, and just appreciation that people are stepping up during this time of challenge and doing something and helping their neighbors.
Yeah, and of course we are now into November, Thanksgiving, the holiday season. Is this typically your busiest time of the year anyways?
Yeah, it is. I mean, yes, it is. And this is a real challenge because, again, our partner agencies, about half of these are faith-based organizations, half are nonprofits like the food bank, 501c3 nonprofits. We're doing more. We're trying to do extra for the Thanksgiving holiday, and then of course in December also. So yeah, this is sort of layering kind of demand on demand. And the other thing we've had here, of course, in the Los Angeles area is we had those wildfires in January, and those ripple effects from that, we're still feeling them here. We're absolutely still feeling them. So it's a big impact, but what we do is we do with what we can with what we have, and we appreciate the support that we receive from the community. But again, we can't fill the hole. We really would like to see the SNAP benefits flowing as soon as possible.
Yeah, these are two very different crises, that fires, as we talk to you, kind of pulling together some of the funds for that. I do want to ask you, because there are potentially large private donations, corporations kind of getting involved. This from the Post, from the LA Regional Food Bank, saying as the shutdown continues, many in LA County, they're losing paychecks, November SNAP benefits. You can help by providing meals to those in need. Michael, if someone's watching this out there and they want to help people in Los Angeles or beyond, how would they do so? What would you kind of give advice to in terms of exactly what to do?
Yeah, so lafoodbank.org, you can see where to find food, and we really encourage support of those local agencies we're partnering with. There are more than 600 throughout Los Angeles County that we partner with, and nationwide, feedingamerica.org can connect you to your local large regional food bank.
Is there anything in particular? Can people donate food exactly, or does it have to be straight money?
Yes, definitely. I mean, dollars go a bit further because most of the food we handle is donated. So we're, again, sort of that day-to-day, week-to-week what we do. But yeah, food donations certainly are welcome. Volunteerism. We have a lot of high schools, colleges help us on an ongoing basis. So yeah, this is something everyone can do something to help. And even the smallest donation does make a difference.
And we talk about this, it just lapsed on November the 1st. Will there be a real impact if it continues on, if SNAP benefits aren't funded? Obviously, Treasury Secretary says it could be Wednesday, but as it stretches on, is that a concern for you?
Yeah, I mean, we were really just, kind of saddened by the benefits just not starting to go out on the 1st, because that, we're hoping there would be some resolution in DC or some deal, whatever the case may be, because now it is an impact, right? And, the benefits typically go out from the 1st to the 10th. At least here in California, that's how it's done. So, it takes a while, as you reported, for any type of resolution for the benefits. So, yeah, it's already had an impact, financially for those buying food, and just kind of that issue of worry, kind of like, how am I going to feed myself? How am I going to feed my families? A lot of seniors are relying on, Social Security. So just a lot of worry and concern out there.
Yeah, a lot of different demographics, the senior population, the veteran population impacted very much. Michael Flood, anything else you'd like to add before I let you go here on LiveNOW?
Just appreciate the focus on this issue. Thank you very much, Andy.
All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate all that you do. We'll put that link up again here on the website as well. But thank you. I appreciate your time here on LiveNOW.